Hi everybody, it's that time again. It's time to twist. Welcome back to another tutorial. Hopefully you've enjoyed the Smurf one. So today we're going to make Papa Smurf. And as you can tell, not much harder to do with just a couple additions to make this Papa Smurf, and that is the beard. Almost like me. Oh my goodness, I need to shave. So let's talk about the balloons we're going to be using today. I am using a red 260. You can see what kind of tail I have on it there. There we go. Okay, we're gonna use it for the hat and the legs. And then we have our blue 260. You can see what kind of tail we have on there. We're actually gonna be able to get the nose out of this as well, so keep that in mind, okay? And then we have our 350. There we go. And a lot of tail on that. We're just using it to make the head. And then we're gonna use this little bit of white. Before, with the Smurf, we'd used it for the legs and the hat. This time, we're just gonna use it for the beard with Papa Smurf. So the markers I'm gonna be using are black, white, and blue. Here they are. Okay, and I have a chisel tip this time, and those are just fine point there. All right, and this marker that I'm using, it's a Eddings marker, and it's white, and I got mine from the Rocks. Okay, so if you're curious which one I'm using, the other one I use too, if I don't have an Eddings, is I use a white water-based Sharpie, and that one works pretty good too. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. If you've never been to any of my tutorials, what I do is I bring the sound down and I twist that way with voiceover, and that way we can minimize the squeaking. So what do you say we get started? Yes? Okay, let's turn that sound down. Here we go. The first balloon we're going to start with is the 350, and we're going to go ahead and get the head out of that, and that's about 4 or 5 fingers long there. And then we're going to go for a pinch twist on the end there just for our ear. Then we're going to come right back and measure it so it's equal to the other one, and I'm just pulling that nozzle through to secure it. I'm going to make another pinch twist there, and that's going to be our second ear. And you probably heard the pinch twist referred to as the ear twist. Well, now you know why. So anyway, let's go ahead and keep moving along here. Now you notice this time I have I actually forgot to wear my cutter, and normally you would cut that balloon down, and that way you can pull that tail across, and that's going to be kind of like a chin strap, and it's going to connect the balloon or the head to the torso. And one thing that I didn't think about here as I move on to the 260, I'm just creating a hand here. It's just a pinch twist and a small loop, and I'm actually pulling the nozzle through there because I don't want to lose it. And that loop is about, I would say, about 2 to 3 fingers wide. And now we go to the arm, and you saw it was about 4 fingers wide, and we're going to do 2 pinch twists and then a loop. There we go. And I just pulled that balloon through to secure it. And this loop is about 4 fingers, I would say. Yep, 4 or 5 fingers. And then we're just going to wrap that around there one more time to secure it. Okay. And then we're going to create our second arm. And so one thing that I started to say with that 350, what you could probably do is puff a little bit of air in the end, so you get like a little poodle tail, and you could probably use that as your nose for Papa Smurf. So that's another idea to keep in mind. But I do talk about it a little more. And right now you can see I'm actually keeping this one so I can create the nose. There we go. And I think I was going to tie it, and then I decided against it, and I just puffed the air to the very end there. So you could do either one that you like to do. So in this case, I went ahead and pushed it to the very, very end. And there's easier ways to do that. I did it the long way, unfortunately. Okay, so anyway, that's going to be our nose, but you just want to make sure you keep a good tail on it there. But like I said, the other alternative is definitely puffing some air, doing a poodle tail, and the 350. That'll give you a good sized nose. So moving on to our red 260, I just created a loop, a pinch twist, and another loop, and those loops are about 4 fingers wide, just so you know. Alrighty, and I'm just squishing that balloon there, and I'm gonna take this this balloon. I'm actually gonna put that tail right through that loop that I created earlier with the torso. And I'm just gonna pull it right through, and I'm gonna pull it until I have about a hand's grip or 4 fingers. There we go, and then I'll just bring the other one down and connect it at the feet, and that's gonna create our legs. There we go. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll that through there a couple times, snap it off, and now the body's pretty much done. We're going to go ahead and create the Papa Smurf hat. And we'll do it really easy here. Just wrapping the tail around there. I'm not even tying it. I'm just winding it around there, making sure it stays. And so now we're going to do about a 3 to 4 finger bubble there. And then we're going to do a small bubble, and that's going to be pinch twisted when we come back. But we got to go down the other side to the other ear. There we go. Oh, and a friend of mine messaged me saying that this could probably make a you could probably make a cute Frankenstein this way, and I agree. So you can kind of see the head there's kind of boxed on top. I think that would look super cute. So she was definitely right, Miss Diana. Thank you very much for that idea. So you can see I just pinch twisted that balloon on the top there. Looks good. All right. So now I have this piece down here at the bottom that I can put my finger through, and my fingers through, and now I can reach through and I can attach the head that way. So that's all I'm doing is I'm pulling my fingers through there, and then I reach for the pinch twist, and it's going to connect the torso to the body, or excuse me, the head to the torso. And you can see I also gave it a nice twist just to really secure it in there. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just messing with it, making sure it looks nice. And so we're going to go right to the beard now, and that's what my white balloon is for, and it's going to connect at the ears. That's the cool thing about this design, having those pinch twists on the side there. They are great anchor points. So if you've ever worked with any kind of face like this, you'll know exactly why this is so beneficial. All right, and just winding it around there. And I'm just going to go from ear to ear. There we go. And I want it to be, you know, nice and snug. Nothing too tight. I don't want it rolling up or anything like that. So that's all I do is wind it around there. And once I get it around there a couple times, I'm going to go ahead and snap off the excess and tuck away any kind of tail that I have left. And so the last thing to do now is we're going to put that nose in there. And where the 350 and that white balloon meet, the nose will go in there perfectly. There we go. So I'm just going to reach from underneath, reach for that tail, and I'm going to pull it back, and I'm going to wind it around that pinch twist. And let me give you a better look here. I don't want it to be a mystery. Okay, so it's going back here where the pinch twists are, so it can be nice and secure. There we go. So you can get a good idea. Alrighty. And you can even wind around one of the arms there just to help it stay in place. Alrighty. So that pretty much brings all the twisting to an end. Stick around for the artwork. Thanks for watching so far. Alright, so we made it to the end of the twisting. Let's go over the artwork. But before that, let me actually make one mention here. One thing that I would change about this, so when you're making it also, is this nose, I want it to be a little more flat and round. So just one thing I want to point out is what I did with this one is I took the nozzle end, and I didn't do that with this one. If you compare their noses, this one is a little more round. And so what I had done is I took the end of the 260 and tied it to the bottom of I tied it on itself, and what happened is I got myself a more round nose when I did that. Pardon me just for a second, I just want to make sure that you're getting the detail here. So you can see it's tied on itself there, and that gave more of a round nose, okay? Just so you know. Alright, so it's a small detail, I know. But it makes a difference, I guess, in my head or my eyes, like a little bit. So anyway, let's go over the artwork, and then what do you say? Real time, maybe? Okay, let's do the artwork first, though, before we do that. All right. So you can see the eyes. I'm trying to remain consistent with my artwork. Nothing too difficult. But again, now normally what I would do is I would draw the nose, but we have our nose here now. But that means the spacing still remains the same when we draw our eyes. But this case, I'm actually going to go bigger just because we have a large space to draw on, which is nice. So anyway, here we go. So I'm looking at that distance, about how far do I want this to be as far as spacing goes. So again, I'm sticking to what I've done in the past. And we're going to start at the outer edge of the eye. Going to go up, come down. Okay, there we go. So it's like a 6 with a super long top there. Okay. And then we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to look, and you see that distance from the nose to where the edge of the eye starts. We're going to more or less eyeball that a little bit and start the same way. And just watch how high you arch. Come down. And there you go. Okay. Ta-da. Let me hold that close for you so you can see. Not too hard. But again, just practice it. You'll get good at it. And then the eyebrows. I'll show you in just a minute. They're just like a couple of little crescent moons. See that? I just laid them flat. Or like a thumbnail, if you think about it. You know, some people are lucky when you clip your toenail or your toenails, your fingernails. They come out pretty good like that. So hasn't ever happened to me. Mine seem to always chip. Must be something wrong with me. I don't know. So all right, let's go ahead and fill in the black. We have here. Oh, what a psycho! Look at him. Oh my goodness. he must be on something. Look at that. Ugh. Okay, so we're gonna fill that in. All right. And definitely not the highlight of the video, filling in. That'd be like if I did a YouTube channel and it was just me coloring in, going to the store and buying coloring books and just coloring and talking to you. Who knows? All right, and so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the mouth right here, and it's going to be real small. We're just going to do a little upturn smile there. Low commitment on that. Ta-da. Okay. You could definitely put it open if you wanted to. You can have the mouth open. But if you're doing this for time, you would want to skip that part. So, and you notice that I stored my marker with the lid down like that. That seemed to help. Last time I was doing a video, I was going for the time, and the white marker was not working as good as I wanted it to. All right. So right now I'm just filling in the white. There we go. Now you notice I didn't go all the way to the bottom there, and now you don't have to, which is nice. But you make up your rules on how far you want to go or not go. Okay. I know someone might be like, "Hey, you need to put a straight line there." Not always, not every single time. So keep that in mind. It's subjective. Alrighty. And so we're pretty much to the end here. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the eyebrow real quick. And then our little highlights. So the way I like to do it is I have one bigger one and one little one. There we go. And same thing over here. Now you might have noticed also we did give him his little white beard, and that's cool. But someone might argue and say, "Hey, that Papa Smurf looks a little spry." That's okay. I think people still recognize who it is, you know, even though he's supposed to be an old Papa Smurf, smart Papa Smurf, wise Papa Smurf. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Rate the video if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If not, dislike. You can comment below and say, "Hey man, you talk too much. Can you talk less?" I'll talk less if you ask me not to talk so much. And then subscribe. That way you can be notified when I put something new up, like a Papa Smurf, right? Yes. Okay, so let's get ready for the real time. Time me if you want to, please. I appreciate it, actually. If you do, let me go ahead and put that right there. All right. So now next time someone asks you for Papa Smurf, you can be like, "Oh, I know how to do that," right? So let's go ahead and get started. If you need to go grab a stopwatch, you can get one. We're going to get ready to go. And to make sure I got everything here, looks like we're all set to go. All right. And 3, 2, 1, here I go. time. I made it. Oh my goodness. I think I almost started sweating there for a second. So you can see Papa Smurf definitely takes more time than the other Smurfs. Rightfully so, though. He uses a couple more colors, and plus he has the addition of the beard plus the nose. So probably to save a little bit of time, I probably wouldn't round that nose like I did. That definitely added some time right there. But as far as the artwork goes, though, not too bad. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, let me get all my Papa Smurfs up here so they can party with me. And the Smurfs, they can just hang out back there. Like I said, until next time, happy twisting.